Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Episode 86 of the 9 to 5 podcast. We are outside in a different location, so thank you for joining us. I'm joined with Anabolic Gabe. Gab, how are you? How'd you sleep?
Mate, I am decent. I slept okay. I think I had a nightmare about something. You know what the nightmare was about? It was about us being in a different country and we had to move a lot of furniture to another country, and it was the biggest headache because we kept forgetting stuff like couches, beds. I'm like, mate, we got to put it in the truck. What are you doing? I can't take it with. It was just such a weird nightmare.
I feel like if I were to be stuck in a country with anyone and we had to move furniture, it'd be you. I think we've got it down to a T.
Why was that? Maybe our moving experience and loading up the trailer was so traumatic that I'm having nightmares about it now.
It was weirdly traumatic, wasn't it, moving house? Because it was just we had to be on for 3 days.
Yeah.
I feel like we get a fair bit of downtime normally, and that just we had to be on.
Oh yeah. So I'd say my sleep was pretty average because of that. What about yourself?
Yeah, I had good sleep when I was asleep, but I didn't get enough of it.
Yeah, at sleepover or just by yourself?
Yeah, I had a sleepover.
Yeah. Okay.
Shout out to her. But no, I'm feeling good though. We're sitting out in the sun today. This is a different location.
I think it's good because that vitamin D is just so important for you.
Yeah, so our new house has so many different options as to where we can go and where we can record from. And I suppose this is option number 2, which is outside. And I'm really enjoying it. I hope the audio comes across okay.
Yeah, well, how does it sound in your headphones, mate?
Yeah, it sounds really good. It would be weird to not have headphones. We just got back from the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
And you had a powerlifting competition.
I did. Didn't really go to plan. The start went really well, and then it kind of died off there. Squat went really well. Pretty much got 220 up, and I think there's room in the tank as well. Bench was kind of mid. Only did 142.5, but I know we can do better in the future. And then for deadlifts, deadlift was the one I'd been working on the most in training, deadlifting 3 to 4 times a week. So I was really excited to see what I could do. But on the first rep, my hand ripped open, and so I couldn't do anything after that. And little did I know, trying to deadlift with literally blood just spitting out,
gushing out.
Gushing out. It was like a crime scene. It was like trying to deadlift with olive oil.
It's like a slaughtered pig at the powerlifting comp.
Mate, it was blood has this oily consistency. It's literally. So I went to do my second attempt, and I was trying to grip the bar and pull. I was like, bro, my hand keeps slipping. It was so annoying. So anyway, there really wasn't anything we could do. We tried to wash it. My coach was washing it with his t-shirt and then stuffing it with chalk so it would stop bleeding, but the blood was too strong, the flow. So really nothing we could do, but it was a good experience overall, some national level experience that we can take forward. I think there are a bunch of positives to take out of it. It is a long game after all, but it was also fun just to be up there with you and enjoy what the Gold Coast has to offer.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely the most enjoyable powerlifting comp I've been to. Normally I'm a little bit nervous to get anywhere near you because you're so dialed in and I just don't want to fucking get in your way.
Yeah.
But this time you were really relaxed, really chilled, happy to have a chat. Getting around me, I was getting around you. You seemed just nonchalant. It's just chilling.
I just think it's not that deep at the end of the day. You're just lifting a bit of weight, and I like to compete in it. And I don't know, I definitely did have that performance intention and. We're on and we're focused, but also not too nervous about it either.
Yeah, no, it's great. And then the Gold Coast in general was great fun. Weather was pretty nice.
Yeah, it was.
Good to be around.
Also, first time going to airport lounges. I feel like we've made it now, bro.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So we got into the Virgin Lounge, both there and back.
Because I think the rule is at the airport, the 2 biggest virgins at the airport get free entry into the lounge.
Yeah, and we probably the 2 biggest virgins in Australia according to our comment section, so we get the perks.
Yeah, so it was so good, really nice setup, free alcohol, free food, free coffee, and it's good stuff in there. I don't know.
I find it difficult to not drink alcohol when it's for free. So when we got there at maybe 1 p.m. on the way there, I had a few beers.
Yep, any good?
Oh, they were beautiful. Beer tastes better when it's free.
Yeah.
But in general, it was really nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I feel when you go on holidays in airports, you see dads that are 55 years old stressing. You see steam coming out of their ears, trying to get little Johnny to check in his bag.
Bloodshot eyes.
It's mate, Stress less, get yourself into the airport lounge. Holiday starts when you get to the airport.
Yeah, exactly right. It's interesting with the Virgin Lounge, or well, just any lounge. Is like I feel like felt really good being in there, but like I feel like you've made it when you don't feel like you need to upload a story.
Yeah,
when
I
you're
did
there.
upload a story, but not
I
because I
did as
wanted to
well.
like flex. So it was just like funny.
Yeah, I think I was just proud.
Yeah.
It's like we've done this ourselves.
And look, it's probably not like a huge achievement, but it just felt nice. Like we're not there on mum and dad's, like them getting us in. It's like we had the thing to get us in.
And like all of that's going to be a big portion of this week's podcast, because we are going to
For
talk
sure.
business and so on.
I think we are quite young, but we're in this transitionary period where we want to set ourselves up for the long term, and so there's been a few events, a few decisions made lately that I think will help get us in a good position for the future, and we want to give you guys that information as well.
Yeah, so I mean, this podcast we're going to literally map out exactly what we did to get to where we are today, which isn't anything crazy, but I'd say we're doing like pretty well for ourselves, and like we definitely, if you're younger and you want to kind of improve financially and so on, then this is the podcast for you.
100%.
Now, we had a huge week.
Oh mate.
I think this has been the most hectic week of my life.
Yeah.
In terms of like meetings, potential opportunities, and so on. How'd you?
Yeah, I mean, I've had weeks like that where there's heaps of meetings, and I made a point of it, like not trying to load myself up too much, just because I can't have like every minute of the day being a different meeting. But this week was kind of like that, but I think it was really, I don't know, it wasn't as hectic as the other ones, because they were like, you go to a nice lunch, you're just discussing. It's not like so, hectic and energy draining.
I feel like every single meeting we had this week was like massive in terms of what could happen, and it's like, if you have one of those meetings a month, it's like that's
one
super
every
exciting.
6 months, and we had like 4 in the week.
In a week, don't think we can only really talk about like one really.
Yeah, I think so. And look, nothing might come of these meetings, to be honest, but I think I have good feelings about them.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the biggest things this week is we're aligning with this drinks company, which is sitting down here if you're watching it on YouTube, called Alive.
Yeah.
It's essentially like kombucha.
Yeah.
I wish I could give you the full spiel, but like I'm still learning myself.
Yeah, I need to do some more research on it.
It's a soft drink that is actually good for you and
has like 11 calories in it.
It's incredible, yeah.
And it's like something, I think it's like the bacteria or something in it is like real good for you.
Yeah, well, it's got like the bacteria, like the microns or whatever they're called, which are in kombucha, except it doesn't taste like kombucha. Personally, I find kombucha tastes a bit like bin juice. I know you don't mind it.
Yeah.
But you quite enjoy it, but I can't quite stomach it. So this is like an alternative to that. But then on top of that is we can use it, and this isn't a plug, by the way. I'm just literally explaining to you the brand which we're getting involved in. On top of that, you can use it as like a mixer for drinks and stuff.
Like the flavour is kind of unparalleled. They've gone for all these crazy flavours like blood orange and passion fruit. I love blood orange, and like the flavours they've done are so like they don't feel artificial. Like they're so nice.
Yeah, exactly right. We're not trying to sell it to you guys listening and stuff. We just want to talk about like
you guys will probably see them around anyway. I think their distribution's going pretty like across the country. So you'll see them, give them a try. Let us know if you like it. But it is something we're getting behind.
We are totally getting behind it. So essentially, like we had a meeting, and we won't go like into it too much, but like this is one of the things of where we're getting to now, where we're trying to get our fingers in different pies and. Even if we're just doing a bit of work for them or whatever it is, like we want to be a part of businesses more and more going forward. Yeah,
and it's like, I think there's been a flick that switched this week. Is not worrying about the now. How much money can I get now? It's like, 20 years time, how can we set up like our families, everything like that. And I can't remember who said it. It was some like great investor or great businessman. It's like, the way to get like that real significant money is to have equity in successful projects rather than like these cash flow things where you're getting a bag here and a bag there. You want like equity in a long-term successful project.
Yeah, and people who are going to really look after you. Like I think as influencers or whatever you want to call us, you can be just like chewed up and spat out by brands.
Well, as soon as you become irrelevant and your performance dips away, like no one wants you. And I see, no hate to any of my influencers, but there are a lot of people with 10 times more followers than I am that are absolutely broke. And that is no hate to them, but it's just, there's this whole other business side and potential for influencers if you actually like understand. I know I don't fully understand it yet either, but I'm trying to get there. But like what you see in terms of following does not equate to like, oh, they're super rich.
The followers are nice on a night out,
Yeah.
like getting recognised and stuff, but if you can't afford to buy a beer,
There's got to be more happening in the back end that the fans don't see. Like, you got to be ticking away, constantly working on what's next.
that stresses me out, seeing people with like bulk followers and no backing.
Yeah.
It's so stressful.
Well, they do get backing, but it's like for a Doritos ad, and they get, you know, $400 for it or something,
Yeah.
or $1,000 for it, and it's like that gets absorbed pretty damn quickly.
We've seen it a lot as well with like becoming friends with other influencers, and we'll be like, oh, like what do you charge for this ad? And they're, oh,
Yeah.
like $200. Like, mate, you could
Are
be
you
charging
serious?
$2,000 for that.
Like, not to, and I know this might seem out of touch, but we're at the point now where, and the number one thing is like the brand or whatever we're promoting has to like align really well with our followers, because we don't want to like be sellouts. And but like there's brands offering significant money. I'm like, oh, I just can't see myself like, where's the space for me to post this? I've already got all these other things,
Yeah.
our own projects, our own like value-based content we need to post. I can't see where this fits in. Whereas there'd be a lot of other influencers that jump at that.
Exactly right. So just coming back to Alive, like we've signed with them essentially, and like we're super excited. Like we're going to be promoting this a fair bit, but in like a really natural way. It's going to be a lot of involvement with you guys. So if you do choose to pick them up, I think they're in Coles Express at the moment.
One of the
Give it a
coolest
go.
things, I don't know if we can say it, but like the opportunity for meet and greets.
Oh, mate.
So like all three of us are getting behind it. I don't know if I'm allowed to say
Yeah,
that,
you
but
are,
we
I
are.
think.
But they got like this really cool car, like a real cool car, done in this wrap, and we're going to go to some iconic locations, do some meet and greets, get around the people.
Oh, mate, we are going to do so much.
Drink of the summer, I think.
Drink of the summer, let's do it. Now, next meeting we had was actually regarding the gym. I think, are we allowed to announce it?
Yeah, whatever. Well, we've got like quite a bit of space to work with in this house, so we want to build like, look, it's not like our dream gym, like an actual gym, but it's like we've got a bit of space to work with in this house. It's going to be like a dream home gym.
Oh, it'll be the best. Like, it's going to be so good that I won't be getting a gym membership anywhere else.
Yeah.
At this stage.
I think I probably will need a gym membership just to do deadlifts, because I don't want to like
You wake up the street.
piss off everyone. So I will have a gym membership just for that. But this will be a project where we will be creating our dream home gym. Shout out to Sumo Strength. They are fully hooking us up.
They are fully hooking us up. And that was another meeting we had this week that was just like massive, because he's essentially just said, yep, we'll help you out. We'll sort you out. You help us out, we'll help you out.
It was so good. Like yesterday I hit a session with Prime. You had to duck off, but like it was so good. Just us like motivating each other. We were playing some FIFA music. Garage doors open, sun's out. You know, while we're resting, we're getting some sun. We're moving around, and I was like, I had you boys spotting me there for some heavy bench press. It was just unreal, and I think if we can really get this gym peaking, like the progress we can make will be insane.
Yeah, absolutely. No, there's plenty to come, and there's plenty more other meetings as well. And like, to be honest, getting to where we are now, it all started with like 9 to 5, and obviously like we're growing that so much. Like, we've got so much new apparel out as well.
Yeah,
like it's super exciting.
Actually, there's some, because we posted a podcast about how like kids were coming to our house for photos and stuff, and there was like a comment on there being like, relax, like you're not that famous. It's like, mate, we're just telling you what happened. We're not saying we're super famous, and we're not. Yeah, we're literally just telling you what happened. Did you see that?
Yeah,
like some
I saw
little
that.
salty kid being there like, oh, get over yourself. It's like, bro, we're literally just saying what happened. How can you be mad at that?
Yeah, I'd be pissed off if I was him as well.
Yeah.
Do you see his head? But I think like with things like that, with people coming to our door, we actually have to announce it. Like, we have to say, no, that's not okay, because those kids aren't being mean. Like, they are just like genuine fans, which is lovely. But like, we have to be like, oh, probably not our house lads, isn't it?
I agree. What were you saying again before I cut you off?
Oh, I was just talking about how our apparel range is growing so much, and how it's so exciting. Like, we've just got all this new stock in, and
yeah, there was a few dramas, a few fires we had to put out, some issues with customs, which is why the apparel is taking a little bit longer, but we have most of the stuff now. We're still waiting on the shorts, but like Sigma Singlet, aka the beater or the husband hugger.
So nice.
Yeah, feel that, bro. I'm wearing the black.
I put on my story that I felt like I'd just done like a 12-hour day on the tools when I wear it. Like, not like I don't feel tired, but I just feel like I've bloody worked hard and stuff, you know.
So they are in pre-order, but I think all of the like popular sizes are already sold out.
Yeah.
So hopefully we will restock a little bit more of that. I think white is for sure the most popular color. But I think like that'll be the drink of the summer. This will be the garment of the summer.
Oh, this is going to be the garment of summer. I'm so I can't wait to start, like I already am wearing it every single day, but like I can't wait to see other people wearing it.
It's all about like how you style it as well. Like we got a friend, Jordan Menadue, who's quite a stylish fella.
Oh, dude, he's got that dialed in.
Yeah,
the style.
He's got 10 out of 10 style. But like he'll wear just like a simple beater with like some cool cargo pants, some cool shoes, some other stuff I don't even know, but he'll make it look really cool. I don't think it's just like a gym item. Like you can style it casually really well. I wish like clubs would stop being so closed-minded and be like, no, you have to wear a Ralph Lauren button-up shirt and RM Williams. Like, I want them to allow like a little bit more creativity in your styling. I want to be able to wear like a beater out to a club with like some pants and like some jewelry and style it nicely. Like obviously if you're looking like a grub, but what do you think of that?
Yeah, I totally agree. I do. At some part of me really appreciates the traditional side of things. It's difficult with clubbing, although we were at the pad the other night and like someone got kicked back for having face tats and stuff, and like shout out to you if you get face tats, but like I feel like it's,
I mean, I think well, whatever, I think that's silly.
What, getting face tats or getting kicked back? Yeah, I don't know. It's
I mean, you
not the
can't
same
really
thing.
complain.
Yeah, exactly. You expect it.
Yeah, I just know like in America, for instance, when I was there, like you would not be kicked back for wearing like you're free to express yourself.
Yeah, it's true. And if you switched on, like you got your shit together at the door, then you should be.
Oh well, if you're like off your face, then I feel like no matter what you're wearing, and that also leads into like these clubs are just like the music they play. It's all the same, bro.
Yeah, you've been on that lately, and I appreciate it because I think you're so right.
Yeah, like we were at a club the other day with like Quayne or a few other boys, and we were chatting like, why don't they play like some rap music or something? Like they're just playing like the same shit every time, like the same. Like don't get me wrong, they're like crowd pleasers and whatnot, but I don't know. For me, it's so boring.
Yeah, I agree. No, I totally agree. And if they're just like disrespecting the charts and just like refusing to look at them, then
yeah, like I posted that thing the other day, the top streamed artists in the world. It's like Drake, Taylor Swift, Youngboy. Like no one in Australia knows who Youngboy is, and he's the third most streamed artist in the world. Like you only know of him because I talk about him.
Yeah, it's so true.
It's just like all this worldwide music is not getting played in Australia. They're playing the exact same shit from like So Fresh 2008. And for me, I really don't like it. It's hard to get around that music for me.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I'm a fan of everything you're saying. We did say we're going to talk about how we are getting out of the trenches.
Yeah.
I feel like we could go back and kind of map it out, like exactly what we've done, a bit of a blueprint.
Sure.
And maybe you guys can try and copy it. And hopefully you guys can try and get out of the trenches like we're trying.
Yep.
So it kind of started for us COVID time. We saw an opportunity and we jumped at it. It was gym equipment.
Yeah, so we had the idea for NTF, but nothing was really happening. We weren't making any money, but I suppose the first project we did that made us our initial capital. To give you guys some context, like me personally, I do not. There's lots of people saying, "Oh, you went to Caulfield Grammar, your family must be rich, bro." Like, fuck, there was a lot of stressful times. I'm not saying I did it tough, but like, there were no handouts coming from my family. In fact, there were negative handouts. It's like, can you help us out?
Yeah.
Which is, I love my family, but I think the first project we did, where we made like our initial capital to start NTF, was we both had part-time jobs. We put a bit of cash together. It was actually your idea. You were really pushing for it, and I was like hesitant, but we put our money where our mouth is and we got it done.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of it as well. Like, you always need someone who's a little bit like, hey, let's just really check the numbers here kind of thing, and you were really good like that. So we ran the numbers, got onto a supplier in China and essentially put like $6,000 worth of money.
I can't remember how much exactly it was. I think it was around $6,000 though.
Yeah, about $6,000 into gym equipment. I think we got barbells first, or was it plates as well?
No, we did barbells, plates, and collars.
And $6,000 got you a fair bit.
Oh, mate, yeah, for sure.
So then we managed to time that.
To perfection.
Then old boy Dan locked us down for the 10th time or something.
It was like, I remember that was the most stressful day, but also a good day because we made heaps of money.
The best day.
It was like stage 17 lockdown. You're not even allowed to breathe outside of a 5-meter radius.
Yeah.
And everyone just literally wanted to kill themselves. It was pretty messed up. But that also meant people were like, all right, fuck, I really can't go to a gym now.
I need gym equipment.
We just had these little packages listed up on Marketplace. You get yourself an Olympic barbell and 100 kilos worth of weight. So you get a 5 kilo plate, 2 5 kilo plates, 2 10s, 2 15s, 2 20s.
And a barbell.
So I believe that's 100 kilos worth of weight. And that was $1,000.
$1,000. And which probably what was cost price?
Let's say 250 to 300.
Yep.
I
Good
think there was
markups
even
there.
a stage where we put it up for 1,200.
Yep. And they were
Like
selling.
our phones were just blowing up. So we didn't even like have any paid ads. It was on Marketplace with photos just that we just took with our iPhone.
So what we do is we'd set up at my house and then we'd almost run like a spreadsheet of like what times people are coming and we'd say you can come this time. And it was just from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We just had people at the door, bang, 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 bang. Then like sometimes you'd have to go out and I'd keep selling. Then sometimes I'd have to go out.
I remember being at like a mate's like piss up or whatever and bringing my bike so I could ride to your house to go make a sale.
Yeah, literally.
And I suppose that was how we made our initial capital.
Yep.
We probably flipped 6K into 20K and that really gave us a basis to work off for 9 to 5 and invest in other things.
So like, I feel like if you can find an idea like that, like spot the gap and then go from there.
Crypto. Yeah.
Mining.
Yeah.
That ship might have sailed. But I mean, same kind of thing. You have to take a bit of risk. Like we risked $3,000. Yeah, so we essentially turned 6K into 20. And then that kind of really gave us the opportunity to move along with like 9 to 5 and grow that aspect.
Because if you're going into apparel, like the purchase orders do get quite expensive. Like you do need a bit of liquid cash. So just be aware of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that just gave us like such a bit of a buffer, like a safety net.
We did do a second order as well, like because we wanted to capitalize. It was a little bit later. You really have to prepare in advance, like a few months in advance. So we did
we bit the bullet.
A bunch of barbells, and that wasn't as successful. But I mean, it was still a profitable project.
We flew pretty close to the sun on that one. Like we bought in, and we still got up. We still won. Yeah. But I think we've got like 2 barbells left or something.
Yeah. You got a dragonfly on you, mate.
Ooh, a few friends
here. I don't regret doing that at all.
Nah, not at all. We'll sell them as well.
Yeah.
We still got the ads up, I think.
Yeah, as Sumo Strength Guy was saying to us, like, if you got 3 barbells left, that's a win.
Yeah, $70 each.
There were so many businesses that went so hard during that and just completely cooked it.
Yeah, remember that Spartan Fitness?
For the OG followers, you'll remember that.
That was hectic. So I bought like $1,000 worth of weight plates from this brand called Spartan Fitness, I think. And they said, they'll be here in the next 2 weeks. Anyway, 3 months later, still weren't there. So I made a TikTok on it and essentially like just dragged them so hard. This is the worst brand, joke of a brand. Yeah. Absolute disgrace.
Oh my God, that was so funny. I remember you had like the Benny Hill music in the background.
Yeah.
Spartan Fitness. What a joke.
Yeah,
it was like a Saul Goodman ad, bro.
And it got heaps of views.
Oh, mate. And all the comments were like, bro, legit same thing happened to me. All the comments were in agreement. And funniest thing was they were going so hard on their like paid ads. So they were in everyone's faces. Everyone was ordering them. They were playing on everyone's emotions. Like, shit, I can't get a gym. I better order off these Spartan guys because they got the best prices. And they just wouldn't fulfill any orders. So you actually spoke out about it.
And then 3 days later, talk about a business meltdown, mate. Like, we would never do this. So this kid, I made a TikTok about it. 3 days later, the CEO calls me and doesn't just call me to have a chat. He calls me screaming, you dog. Like, I've never heard someone, like, I don't get spoken to like that. And I was just laughing my head off. Like, this is fucking brilliant. I wish I recorded it. Yeah. He's shouting at me and I said, mate, I cannot wait to make more TikToks about this. Like, just you wait. Anyway, finally get the plates. And then maybe like 6 months to a year later, get an, what is it?
You got a letter from the liquidators, mate. They've gone under.
So I had about $20 in Spartan Fitness. I was buying some clips or something, which was still from my previous order. Yeah, look, we can pay you 50 cents, I think it was. Yeah. And just send your bank details through. I said, you know what, keep the 50 cents, lads.
Yeah. So you probably need it more than I do at this point.
I think you do. But yeah, that was an absolute disaster and just sign of the times, I think.
Well, RIP Spartan, if we can get a minute silence in the chat just for Spartan Fitness.
Yeah, also just if you ever run a company, probably don't call your customers screaming at them.
Oh, no. Yeah. Customer is always right.
Customer is always right, especially if they have a TikTok account, which everyone does these days. So continue on. So we did gym equipment and we got up on it.
Yep.
you know, we grew 9 to 5 through that, and then kind of bumbled along, created a podcast, built this awesome community, and then within that community, there's all these other opportunities and things we're starting to delve into now.
Yeah, well, I suppose like our core revenue streams for the past 2 years have been our programs and our apparel, which have just gone ballistic. We couldn't have hoped for it to go any better, and they're both projects we want to just grow, improve, skyrocket, just make the best thing out there.
So true. Yeah. And so that's like been our main focus the last 2 years. And then recently, like we've had these.
Well, let me just talk on that. So like that's been like phenomenal. The sales, the community, everything through that. But I don't know. I feel like I don't know if it's got a ceiling, but like we do want to grow it. But I think when you get like the real significant wealth creation, one is like reinvesting your money, which is something I'm still working on, my investment strategy. Not just sitting on cash. I want somewhere to put it so my money works for me. So it's something I'm still working on. But I suppose the other thing in there is like brand deals as well. So obviously, we want to have brands that align really well with our audience. So it's not like a hard sell. It's like fits in really well, really natural, and plus we get paid for it. So that has been another revenue stream that has been quite significant for us. So I think the key thing here is just having multiple revenue streams. Just, you know, they're all contributing to our company.
Absolutely. Bang on. Couldn't have said it better myself. Like on top of that, with that, our community is like developing that network and networking. I'd say networking is one of our strengths.
Yeah, I'm still learning how to do it, but I know like a good network is just worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, so like trying to capitalize on that network is can be difficult, but I think we're working on it pretty well. Like how do you network? What do you do? What do you reckon?
I don't know, just like get in the right places at the right time and be a good bloke.
We always talk about on nights out and stuff, like especially when we're with Prime, like we're working, it's somewhat networking. Like although it sounds a little bit cheesy and stuff, but like getting, you know, athletes and so on to follow us is like adds legitimacy to our name, and it builds our network. So when we're on nights out and we're talking to AFL players, we're making friends with all different people like you guys, and they're explaining their business ventures and stuff to us, and we are getting in contact.
That's literally work.
That is literally work.
It's like, enjoyable work, but it's work.
We're having a blast.
Yeah.
But it's also work.
Which means you can't be legless at the Swan on a Saturday night. You have to be on point.
Can't be legless. We can get pretty close, but not quite legless.
We've seen a few other influencers be absolutely sideways there.
Yeah.
Clearly they're not thinking the same as we are.
Like unable to talk, inaudible.
Yeah.
That is literally the words. Big influence
I
as
reckon
well.
that's retracting from your business.
Pretty painful to see. I wouldn't work with them personally, but very interesting, and like networking is something you need to add to your bank.
Yeah, I mean, like the classic one, if you're, you know, uni student going in that corporate lifestyle, is LinkedIn. But LinkedIn's like a circle jerk, I reckon. It's just like people giving them, like saying, "Oh, I got 5 gold stars on my project today. Look how good I am." And fuck, like, I don't know. Some of it's kind of cringe, but I also get it. And then I get spammed with messages on LinkedIn of like someone wanting something from me, being like, "Oh, have you considered this?" And it's just like some copy paste message, and it's like, bro, fuck off.
Stay away.
It's
Stay
really
out.
so annoying.
Yeah, so find new ways to network.
I feel like, just more authentic ways to network. But I don't know. I suppose I'm not the most outgoing person, but being around you guys and being around other people definitely helps.
Well, we all help each other. Like, I mean, I love like an initial confrontation or like an initial conversation, but you're like perfect for like taking that over. Yeah. Which is where I think we network really well. So I'm happy to, you know, talk the first few words and then hand over to you.
You're the icebreaker, then I'm the deal closer.
Literally,
yeah.
It like
good
literally
cop, bad cop
works like that. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if you're going into business with someone, maybe see if you work together like that. Anyway, so that's like we're trying to diversify now. As we said, we're still building on it all. And
I think like the next step is having like that $10 million project, like $10 million revenue project for the first year type thing, which is what in the future we want to build. Like you've seen the Inspired Unemployed, which are very inspirational to us, but like what they've done with Better Beer is just that is, I feel so inspired by that. I think, and I don't know like what their equity percentage is in that, but like license to print money.
Huge, yeah, license print money. And I think the exciting thing for all of us is like we're definitely going to take you guys along with us. Like we won't stop this podcast. We're going to keep podcasting until we're on our yachts.
Yeah.
And then we'll keep podcasting from our yachts.
And like we want to help you guys with your own projects too, because I think there's a lot of people with the mentality like, oh, if he starts a successful project, that takes away from my.
Yeah, no.
It's like, no, bro, you're just a lazy fuck.
Yeah.
And you're jealous of people. It's like, we can all win. There's enough bread for everyone to eat.
There's enough of the pie for everyone.
I want to help as many people and inspire as many people to break away from, you know, working for someone else and being capped at this wage level. I want all of our families to be well looked after.
Family and friends, they're coming along for the ride, and so are you guys.
That's another point, though. Like, it was that same quote. I don't know who said it, but it's like, I don't know how true it is, but I think it's pretty true. You will never get like rich working for somebody else. Like, you get rich by owning successful businesses or having equity in successful businesses, which I think we're really understanding now.
And you only need one to take off. So we got to keep going. So if you got a business, get us involved.
Get us in, mate.
Just give us a percent. Yeah. Just percent us up.
Is that enough for how to get out of the trenches? I think we're not out of the trenches yet, but hopefully soon we will be out of the trenches.
Soon, hopefully. But yeah, we'll take you guys along for it. If you have any questions regarding that, like send them through. We'll see if we can answer them for you. But like we're still learning, and I hope this doesn't come across as though we're just showboating and trying to act like all rich and stuff.
Mate, we're nothing.
Not.
We are literally nothing.
We are nothing. I feel like we're on the right trajectory, and we are trying to take everyone along with us.
And no one who has already made it is kind of making that content to help you guys. So we want to like tell you guys what we've learned so far
and what we're doing along the way.
I had a funny comment. It was like, "Oh, Gab, does that mean like your new car? Everyone gets a joyride because the people's car they help you get
the
there."
people's car.
Yeah, we all get a joyride, baby.
No.
That's why when I see people on the street and they it's crazy, and I don't want that that person who commented being like, "Get over yourself, you're not that famous." So people like will see my car on the street and sprint after me. I'll always stop. I'll always stop. So if you sprint after me, I'll always stop. I'll put the hazards on, park in the middle of the road, and stop, have a chat.
Good bloke. Good bloke, Anna.
Because the people's car.
Yeah, it's good. Well, speaking of the people, we've got a product for the people.
Which
is Tomorrow Skincare. Tomorrow Skincare, we love them so much. They've been really good to us, and you've been good to us because you keep buying their products. Does the code work if they buy it for a second time?
Yeah, it does.
That's fantastic.
I had a chat to Boss Man to fix that, and he fixed it up for us because I think it was the first time I said, "Hang on, mate. I want it to be for everyone. I want the community to keep getting it, because they'll obviously want to buy it more than once. So I want them to keep getting that discount." So I had a chat to him, fix it up for me.
Yeah,
for us.
What a goat. So they've fixed that up. So if you buy it, like you guys, a lot of you would probably be onto your second or third pack. Make sure you keep using our code NTF.
I should have brought my phone because I put up a story yesterday asking who has any reports. What are you guys thinking of it? And I had 30 replies on my Snapchat, and everyone was been on my third one now, my skin's glowing, all that kind of stuff.
I find it so comforting knowing I just need to do these 4 things to make my skin look nice.
And it's Gold Coast, I've got a small bag to carry with me, but I'm bringing all 4 steps of the Tomorrow Skincare because I actually believe in it. If it was some other brand, I wouldn't be sacrificing the space for it, but I'm actually bringing all 4 of those because all 4 steps are crucial. I had a question from someone being "Yo, is the 2-step one still worth it?" Yeah, 100% that's worth it. But I think the toner is also really important. But if you don't have much cash, definitely the cleanser is so essential for getting the bacteria off and moisturizer as well.
Yeah.
So start yourself off on that. But I do think the toner is really good too.
The toner is just that cherry on top, I reckon. Really helpful. So if you want to pick anything up, you can use code NTF. You get 20% off.
Tomorrowskincare.com.au probably.
Yep.
Probably in the link in the description.
Or in our bio, you'll be able to find it. I reckon you are smart enough to get there.
Just a quick little break now, guys, to bring to you a sponsor of the show, We Money. We've done a bit of work with We Money in the past, but it's a fantastic app. I actually use the app to track my personal finances. My favourite bit is actually tracking your net wealth. So you can have your 36 different bank accounts in there, have your car in there, your $15,000 road bike, everything like that, and it kind of accumulates it all so you can see you're worth $36 at the end of the week after you spend it all on a night out.
We love it.
It's my favourite application. One of their new features which I really like is for people that use buy now, pay later services, there's actually a debt tracker now so you can stay on top of your future financial commitments just so you're not overstretching yourself and you're being responsible with your finances. I think for any of you young people, obviously we're not making that much money yet, it's a good way to kind of stay on top of your finances, make sure you're not just blowing it all. And I don't know. I think it's something that you should be staying on top of. So if you do want an app like that, download We Money. It's the best out there. What do you reckon, mate?
Support the apps or the brands that support our show. We'd really love you to download it. Give it a crack. It actually will make a difference. It's really helped Gab and I.
Download We Money, guys.
We do have a mailbag question.
We do.
And it's a nice way to finish the podcast because it's from a lovely follower. It's regarding the Gold Coast, mate, and we had a bit of a meltdown. So Draylon Green says, what happened at the PAV?
Mm.
And there's,
well, mate, have you ever heard the saying, what happens at the PAV stays at the PAV?
Yep.
Well, I haven't heard it.
I haven't heard it.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about it anyway. So we got scammed.
Oh, well, a few things happened there, but one that we're legally allowed to speak about is the fortnight scams at the PAV.
We got fortnight scammed. And at the same time. So you know what happened? You know where we first went wrong? We let our guard down by going off on our own kind of thing. I was talking to one girl, Gab was talking to another. We're split, we're separated. So like straight away, our guard is down and these girls can come in and get us.
Yeah.
And they bloody got us.
They bloody got us, mate.
So what happened with you?
Well, we're with our boys, Brandon Starr, Carl Muscle, a few others. And Carl was he's got a girlfriend, I don't know if he does anymore. But he was just rounding up girls. He was just chatting to them, pointing at them. He's like, getting over to our table, trying to get as many girls to our table. For us.
Yeah.
I was like, mate, fucking just let me do it myself, mate.
Yeah.
Anyway, he did that.
He's a great bloke, by the way.
Great bloke.
Yep.
Love Carl. And he got two girls over for you. You were chatting to one. Her friend was just hanging around third wheeling. And
he ran a clinic, yeah.
Yeah, he was good, yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was chatting to her.
Yep. And then why did you go and buy her, not only her a drink, but her friend a drink as well? Did you give her much money or something, mate?
I got no money, to be honest. The second I have a couple of drinks, I feel like I do. So I was talking to this girl, and I thought I was hitting it off because I was talking about horses. And like I know a lot about horses, especially like show jumping and stuff. And this girl was from a country town, and she was into horses. So normally when girls like, I was like, what's your hobby? She's like, I ride horses. I was like, oh, bang, we're on here.
Lock.
Start talking about horses, and then, I know about horses. Yep, it's all going very well. I say, do you want to go grab a drink? She says, yep, sure. We get up there, and she goes, I got to get one for my friend. I was like, I'll get it for you.
Fuck.
No worries.
What do you say there?
Fuck.
Anyway, what does yours go and do? I thought, mate, this is a lock here.
I thought it was as well. So we have the drink, sit down, keep talking. Combo got a bit dry. It was like trying to get bloody blood from a stone.
She just wasn't providing much chop.
She drops I've just got to go to the toilet. I'll be back. As she's getting up with her friend. Oh, they finished their drinks, by the way. As
Finish him. Fucking sink him.
She's getting up with a friend. The friend goes to me, I promise I'll bring her back. I go, yeah, righto.
Yeah, righto.
And then that's me done. We're on to Gab.
Alrighty, so while you're chatting to old mate, me and Kyle go out into the D floor.
Woo!
Yeah, there's a few options there. Anyway, we get talking to a few group of girls, and I single one out, the one that I like the most. I get talking to her, and she goes, oh my God, are you, something like, are you Anabolic gay or something? Mm-hmm. She knew who I was. Maybe she didn't like me from the get-go, which would explain a few things. Anyway, she was pretty cute. From there, what happened? We were dancing together, just, showing her the moves, hitting the Millie Rock, the shmoney dance, the woo walk. I was just showing her how we do it. Yep. Vibes were good. I thought it was going somewhere. Then I'm like, oh, do you want to go get a drink? And she's like, yeah. We get a drink. And so we're walking to the place where you get the drinks from. And what happens from there? Oh, then... So I've got the Platinum Amex card, right?
Yeah, it looks good.
Out. She goes and goes, gets all the mates. we got one. We got one.
Town down.
Get the fucking town down. He's buying around for the whole PAV, mate.
And they're running over.
They're running over.
The whole PAV is
99 pace. They're all fucking. Gab's got the card. Gab's buying the drinks. Gab's buying the drinks.
Hey,
everyone, get on.
Yeah, I'll have a vodka lime soda.
I'm buying you a drink, not your mate's a drink.
Yep.
She thought she was gonna try.
Mate. Yep.
She was gonna try and make it awkward for me, so I couldn't reject the friends. No, as soon as you're talking $20 each for a drink,
Yeah.
I'm don't care about awkwardness. I'm saying I'm getting you a drink and you only,
Yeah.
not your mates. They can sort themselves out.
And there's blokes in the mates, isn't there?
Oh,
they're
mate,
sitting
she's got
pretty-
like all her bloody uni mates. She's got the whole
I
bloody.
love that.
She's got the whole rodeo down. The fucking.
I love
what do
how
you
they're
reckon this
sitting
is,
there.
bloody
Hey, mate.
Hand out Australia Day or
I'll
something?
get a drink as well. Yeah,
I'll get one.
Will you, mate?
I'm sure you will, buddy.
Get in that line.
You fucking oi.
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 Hey. Not
Aye.
right.
Anyway,
by
so
you.
what did we get? 2 gin and tonics, 2 shots of Fireball.
Woo! She convinced you on the shot as well.
No, I'm pretty sure I said it. So,
You're $40 in.
oh mate, 50.
50.
Anyway,
For what?
really good
What do you
fun
get for
for
doing
what?
this?
Yeah. We have the shots. She goes, oh, I'll get the next round.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, I'll
you'll get the next
round."
one.
Hey, you will ya?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Anyway, we're walking back to the D4. She goes and sees her friends, goes and sits down with him. I'm just fucking waiting around with my dick in my hand, going,
Yeah.
just like, you know when, what's that movie called? The Quentin Tarantino one?
Which one? Wolf of Wall Street.
No, the other one.
Inglourious Bastards.
No, other one.
With
With John Travolta.
yeah.
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
You know where John Travolta's got his jacket and he's just waiting around like he's lost?
yeah.
That was me. I'm like, what the fuck do I do here? I'm like waiting around there. And she's like, oh, I'm just going to chat to my friends for a sec. I'll come find you. I was
Yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah, righto. Yeah, fucking Fortnite scammers.
That's the worst part is the waiting, because her friend goes to me, I promise I'll bring her back.
Mm.
Fucking yeah, righto. I bought her a drink, so she's all chuffed.
I'm not a big drink buyer.
Nah, mate,
Not even for my mates.
first bloody time for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, not even for your mates.
Yeah.
It's literally like trying to get blood from a stone with him. Come on, mate, it's your round.
No,
I'm not drinking anymore.
No, not drinking.
Anyway, but so we learned a good lesson, and look, we don't have any animosity towards these girls. They run an absolute tight ship, and we appreciate the hustle and respect it.
Yeah.
And you know, I'll probably buy another girl a drink in the future and make the same mistake. And if they scare me, then that's so fine. Or you know, maybe they just thought we were shit.
No, but there were also comments from people being like, oh, the mentality that girls owe you something when you buy them a drink. It's like,
Oh, God.
well, I thought they owed me a bit more than just pissing off after 2 minutes.
Yeah, or at least a thank you.
At least, I mean, they probably did say thank you, but I don't know if it was disingenuous.
Well, yeah, the smoke bomb hurts a little bit
Yeah,
when
it
you bought
does
them a
hurt,
drink.
mate.
Like, I'd appreciate an upfront conversation, but that's what
It's
it is.
the evil world we live in.
Evil world we live in, and thank you, Draylen Green, for sending that one in. It's an interesting topic, and we'll make that mistake again, I'm sure.
I'm sure we will, mate. I don't know if we're missing any key perspectives on this, but if you guys can please message us or comment or send an email through about some things we're missing, or maybe we're just silly.
I feel like next time, I just don't want to be caught sitting around with my dick in my hand again. Like, if someone says I'm going to the toilet, I'm going, all right, I'm getting in that dance floor. You can come find me if you want.
Yeah.
I don't want to be sitting there, like, twiddling my
Bro,
thumbs.
it just puts me. I don't want to be stingy, but I don't want to be buying drinks for.
Yeah. I don't think I will be buying any drinks soon, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man.
We're going to Electric tonight. I'll check in and see if you buy any girls a drink.
Oh,
and I'll
mate.
put it on
You
my
mean
story.
Prime? We have no issue spending money at that establishment.
Oh, God,
You
if they
get
let us
triple
in.
shot, this and that. It's $30 for one drink, and you get 2 of them. And mate, it's like $200 for a round.
But money doesn't count when you're drunk.
You know, money's not real. It's just numbers on a screen, as a wise man once said.
Let's finish this podcast.
Cool.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Tune in on Thursday for the 0.5 episode. We've got a really big one and some big news.
Sweet as, mate.
Love you, bye.